Back in my prime, I was stacking Sanda trophies like Lego bricks, absolute legend status. But now, I'm getting clowned on by some snot-nosed brat. Just then, a lackey sprinted over with the tea. "Boss, we spotted that chick near the cliff edge, and that shadow-loving jerk is trying to solo the boss like a total tryhard." Beneath the cliff, the head honcho snarled. "Let's roll." I summoned the whole squad. No way this scrub survives a full-on jumping. Meanwhile, back at Qinfeng's suicide mission against the fourth and nastiest nightmare, the Golden Ghost Ship, this accursed tub was about to unleash a massive soul-shredding AoE, followed by a nasty 5-second paralysis lock. Dodging wasn't an option. And just as Qinfeng's brain gears started turning, the boss's wide-range nuke slammed into him like a freight train. System alert. You have been deleted. You lost 326 years of lifespan. Untradeable? Gone. You also dropped 1,087 days of tradable life. Ouch. This brutal wipeout was caught in 4K by the Creeper Squad arriving just in time. Bwahaha. Get wrecked. This moron actually thought he was the main character, trying to solo a golden boss? The audacity. But dang, this shadow dog is loaded with loot. Look at the size of that soul orb. That's worth hundreds of days easy. Get him, boys. The boss is already at half health. Let's finish the job and snag that massive lifespan payout. It's free real estate. That orb is just half his losses. He deserved it. Today, the underdog eats the big dog. It's feast time. Hyper on adrenaline, the leader led the charge off the cliff. But the second their toes touched the swamp zone, reality glitched. The spooky gloom vanished instantly, replaced by a cheerful, mocking blue sky. The squad stood there, brain dead for a few seconds, until they noticed the cozy village houses around them. Realization hit. They had respawned. Rage mode activated. What the actual hell? How is that, boss? So broken? And how did that shadow freak survive long enough to whittle it down to 50%? Is he hacking? This is garbage. We stepped 1 foot in the swamp and got one-shot by a water geyser. And there were mobs everywhere. How do we even fight that? Man, we lost so much loot. Screw it. Run it back. I don't believe it's that. Bugged. Moments later, Qinfeng returned to the swamp, only to find a buffet of glowing orbs scattered on the ground. Totally confused, he DM'd Black Bloom. "Yo, little Black, I'm back. Why is the floor covered in XP orbs?" She replied. Some idiots tried to rush in, but the water geysers instantly deleted them. Qinfeng smirked. "Oh, is that so? LOL. Talk about having a death wish." He turned his gaze to the boss. Flashbacks of his past life's trauma hitting him hard, courtesy of this golden ghost ship. But since it only cast that annoying paralysis skill once, it meant the second phase was free real estate. However, at 50% health, there was a nasty RNG chance. It would blink away and respawn miles off, making it a nightmare for your average gamer to finish. Too bad I memorized its teleport patterns ages ago. With a confident whisper, Qinfeng charged straight at the behemoth. Time to DPS. Back on the cliff, the fail squad arrived for round 2. "Boss, look, that punk is fighting it again." "Good. We wait for the last hit, then we jump them." Meanwhile, Black Bloom, stationed nearby, spotted the peanut gallery. "Those brain-dead morons are back? Ugh, nothing but trouble. And noise. Big Boss is about to clear the raid. I can't let these vultures ruin it." Making a choice, Black Bloom sniped the gang leader with a zap spell and shouted like a preacher, "The Lord hath spoken. Weather forecast calls for lightning." The gang raged. "Yo, who threw that? Boss, look, there's a mage over there." "Humph, that chick has a death wish. Get her." Seeing the mob charge, Black Bloom let out a tactical yelp and booked it. "Freeze! You're dead meat!" they screamed, chasing her blindly, totally unaware that, in this zone, another shadowy party was lurking, watching the drama unfold. Down in the swamp, the raid was reaching its climax. Whew, finally, it's about to drop. No wonder it's a golden boss. It might only be level 5, but soloing this beast is a total grind. My DPS is still too low, dragging this fight out way too long, which, unfortunately, attracts the vultures. There's that squad on the cliff, the ones who just got wiped. But there's another guild camping the swamp edge. Looks like they're waiting for the moment. I down the boss to PK me and steal the loot. He knew the score, but Qinfeng didn't break a sweat. He triggered his freshly cooled down ultimate to shave off the last pixel of health. System notification. Victory. You have slain the golden ghost ship. Rewards obtained. 4,800 experience points secured. Ding! Welcome to level 8. Congrats on snagging 7 evolution points and 216 days of life. Tradable lifespan? Cute concept, but too bad you losers are absolute trash at math. Whispering a command, Qin Feng popped his shadow stealth and vanished, leaving a juicy pile of loot on the ground like a trap for idiots. At the same time, a system notification slapped every player in the face. The player, Shadow in Shelltown, just became the first person on the server to delete a gold tier boss and scored 3 reputation points. The chat went wild. A gold boss first kill already? Yo, is this Shadow guy hacking or what? How is he that cracked? Which server region started in Shelltown? This absolute unit has to be a pro gamer from our great nation of Korea. Meanwhile, in Shelltown, Wang Meng was shaking. Didn't the system just say, moments ago, that Shadow soloed a bronze boss? And now he's out here clapping gold tier cheeks all by himself? How is the skill gap between us and him this massive? We're playing a game, he's playing God. Standing behind him, Qin Xiaoyu frowned, thinking, this Shadow guy is basically the main character. If I can get him to carry me, I'll level up fast enough to meet brother Song Fei. Back at the swamp, things were getting spicy. After Qin Feng pulled his disappearing act, the leader of the scrub squad chuckled darkly. Haha, looks like this boss exploded into a loot piñata. That guy ran away without touching a thing. He's obviously terrified of our numbers. Ah Guang, use your wall hacks to find that rat. We'll delete him and keep the gold boss drops for ourselves. Roger that. The player named Ah Guang grinned, raised his bow, and fired his Ghost Hawk skill into the swamp to scan for invisiboys. Qin Feng, chilling in stealth mode, muttered, Ghost Hawk? Damn, didn't expect a hunter to unlock anti-stealth tech this early in the game. No wonder these clowns are confident enough to try and rob me. Too bad for them, my class possesses stealth level +1 and anti-detection level 1, meaning literally nobody can see through my ghost mode. As expected, Aguang couldn't find a single trace of Qin Feng. He turned to his boss and reported, Boss, it's empty. That little punk probably saw our squad and wet his pants running away. Heh, guess he has some brains. After all, let's move in and guard the loot. Stay sharp, be ready to throw hands. The ownership protection timer for the boss drops is 5 minutes. Once that's up, it's all ours. Finishing his speech, the gang leader rushed toward the shiny items with his minions. Suddenly, sword lights flashed like a strobe light, slicing them into unidentifiable chunks. Qin Feng materialized and sighed. There, the trash has been taken out. But wait, where did that girl Xiao Hei go? Whatever, I'll find her later. With my leftover evolution points, plus the boss rewards, I can upgrade my greedy hand skill one more time. First, I'll juice up the skill, then I'll loot these corpses. Fingers crossed for a good roll. System, notification, greedy hand corpse disposal, assassin type skill with a 300% chance to snatch extra loot. And get this, the extra loot has a 100% chance to upgrade by 1 tier. 100% upgrade chance? That is actually illegal. I am going to milk every single drop of loot from this mess. Smirking, Qin Feng activated Greedy Hand to start the harvest. The notification sound went brrr like a machine gun. System notification, you have used the Greedy Hand skill. You snagged 21 evolution points. You snagged 648 days of tradable lifespan. You obtained special item Ghost Fire Bell. You obtained special item Ghost Fire Bell. You obtained. Qin Feng gasped, totally shook. I didn't think I'd score 2 Ghost Fire Bells in one go. He pulled out the bells to inspect the stats. Ghost Fire Bell, medium Ghost Fire, special item. While equipped, you lose 0 lifespan upon death. This cheat code has a cooldown of 1,565 seconds. Soul Absorb, passive. When you delete a monster, lifespan drop rate increases by 20% times 2. This effect stacks if you have 2 medium Ghost Fires. Soul, Shock, active. Shaking the bell freezes all enemies within a 100-meter radius for 3 seconds. Cooldown is 521 seconds. Qin Feng thought, this bell isn't counted as armor but as a prop. It doesn't take an equipment slot, and 2 bells only take 1 slot in the backpack. Actually super convenient to use. Suddenly, Qin Feng received a panic DM from Xiao Hei. Big bro, save me. Ah, what are you doing? Stay away from me. Qin Feng texted back, sweating bullets. Xiao Hei, yo Xiao Hei, drop your cords. Suddenly, a scream ripped through the air. Get back, you creeps. Don't come over here. It was Li Zi, cornered by a pack of hungry wolves. They crept closer, grinning like total degenerates. Damn, this chick is feisty. You've hit a dead end, sweetheart. Just be a good girl and come here. We promise to make you feel so good your eyes roll back. Li Zi glanced at the deadly drop behind her. As the mob closed in, without a word, she yeets herself off the cliff. Better dead than defiled. Li Zi gripped her staff tight, shut her eyes, and braced for impact. Bam! She hit the ground hard. One of the goons rushed to the edge, peered down, and gasped. She actually jumped? That girl is hardcore. But Li Zi had already respawned, privately messaging Qin Feng. Big boss, don't save me. I already died and respawned at the starter town. Hurts like hell though. Luckily, Captain Wang Meng is holding all our loot. Qin Feng let out a sigh of relief and replied, Cool, wait for me there. I'll bring the goods. Li Zi typed back happily. Thanks, boss. You're the MVP. Qin Feng smirked to himself. Made a killing this time. Tradable lifespan is over 3,115 days, plus I got evolution points. Time to upgrade the greed hand. Evolution. Start. A system window popped up. Skill greed hand has reached epic tier. Next evolution requires 10 times. The points. Spend 210 evolution points to upgrade? Qin Feng stared at the screen, dumbfounded. He muttered, 210 points? Are you trolling me? Guess it's not that easy. Higher tier equals crazy inflation costs. What a ripoff. Forget it. Let's buff damage skills instead. Higher DPS equals faster kills and sweeter loot drops. The menu flashed again as he dumped points into his offensive kit. Consumed 8 points, 13 left. Shadow Slash evolved. Platinum, Jade, then Diamond tier. Dash forward up to 27 meters instantly while going invisible. Ghost mode activated. Lasts 9 seconds. Deals 7 slashes to everyone in the path. Cooldown reduced to 12, then 10.43 seconds. Range expands to 4.1 meters. Each slash adds 300 attack power. Spent 2, 3, then 5 points total, 3 points left. Upgrading Backstab. Normal, Bronze, Silver, Gold tier. Passive effect. Hitting enemies from behind boosts damage by 15%, up to 30%. Qin Feng felt the surge of power and grinned, calculated. After evolving Shadow Slash twice, the damage doubled, even without stealth, or stealth break. One hit deals 3,000 damage. If I use stealth break for a backshot, the total, damage of 7 hits, hits 6 or 7,000. Gold bosses usually only drop 2 to 4 silver items, maybe a rare gold. But thanks to my greed hand hacks, I bagged 11 gold items, 2 platinum gears, and a platinum skill book. Stonks. Not bad at all. 3 items are even usable for the assassin class. The stat panel popped up. Ghost God Dual Blades, Platinum tier. Assassin weapon. Attack plus 130. 6. Agility plus 22. Attack speed plus 24%. Plus 17 armor pen. Requires level 5. Unique effect. Normal attacks deal double damage. Qin Feng eyed the weapon. This passive is kinda mid. I mostly spam skills anyway. But the base attack stat is cracked, and it adds 22 agility points. Attack speed also speeds up casting animations and reduces skill lag. So it's not totally useless, and that armor pen is absolutely delicious. Huge gains for sure. As he finished speaking, another pop-up appeared, making Qin Feng feel the massive power spike. I haven't put any points in vitality, so my HP is a sad 350. But this armor straight up adds 419 points? If I equip this, most players at this level won't even be able to break my defense. Alright, hide equipment, visuals, gotta look like a default skin noob so nobody suspects I'm a smurf. Stealth is wealth. Gotta open the game interface just to check the goods like this. Still got one last juicy drop left. Is that a skill book? Clicky clicky on the spot I just found. The system HUD instantly spat out the new data. Blurred Ghost Shadow, Gold tier baby, passive assassin skill, increases dodge chance by 15%. And get this, when a dodge triggers, you become immune to all damage. Qin Feng stared at the panel and muttered, finally scored an assassin skill. But wait, my gamer brain remembers this skill being trash tier, because in this broken game, pumping up the dodge rate is harder than finding a girlfriend. Plus, even if you try to max evasion, your other stats are going to be garbage. If you fail to dodge at a critical moment, it's basically game over. Then suddenly he shouted, learn it, big voice, but his brain was cooking up a nasty scheme. But I'm built different. I have a skill that can evolve infinitely, bro. Boosting my dodge rate doesn't mean I have to sacrifice my other stats. It's just pure, unadulterated profit. Qin Feng turned around, walking away while talking to himself like a weirdo. Time to bounce. The leftover junk for warriors, healers, and archers can be sold to Wang Meng with a 10% homie discount. Even if they're too broke to buy it now, considering Wang Meng isn't a total scumbag, I can let him put it on his tab. Honestly, this massive haul is all thanks to Xiao He. Without that lucky little koi fish, I never would have found that level 5 gold ghost ship. Total squad wipe. I gotta thank her later. He walked a bit before bumping into those losers surrounding Li Zi earlier. Qin Feng saw them, but his face didn't even twitch. Just that signature, dead fish expression. But the mob? They looked like they just saw a demon. Faces went pale as death. The whole crew scrambled to run for their lives, screaming their lungs out. It's Shadow! Run! Move, idiot! Don't block me! You moron! Don't leave me behind! Holy she times T. Stay away. Don't come over here. Help me. He looked at them with eyes colder than the morgue. Then he quickly started cleaning up the trash lagging behind. Soon, only the main boss of the idiots was left, but the gap between him and Qin Feng was shrinking fast. Qin Feng closed in. The guy was shaking so hard. Snot and tears were flying everywhere as he begged, I was wrong. I won't do it again. Spare me, big bro. Boss, daddy, don't kill me. I've only got 1 year of lifespan left. But Qin Feng didn't give a single damn, replying icily. Did you think about the ending when you were hurting others? No time for a monologue. He instantly deleted the guy and walked away, leaving him screaming and clutching his head. Suddenly, the system panel for skills popped up again. Because the player PKD too many people, you've acquired the status Slaughterer. With the current level of Slaughterer, death means dropping 75% of current lifespan. A suffocating pressure radiated from Qin Feng, with the red title Slaughterer floating above his head. He thought, whatever, I've got the Ghost Fire Spirit Pill. On me, even if I slip and die, I won't lose a single second of lifespan. Qin Feng strutted back to the small town. The crowd saw him and started yapping loudly. Look, it's Shadow. Holy crap. He soloed the gold boss and came back alive. But why don't I see any shiny god-tier gear on him? If you ask me, this guy definitely abused a glitch to beat the boss solo. That's why no loot dropped. Laugh my ass off. You go, find a glitch and show me then. Suddenly, some guy blocked Shadow's path. Big bro, hold up. Fang Xian held up a book and continued. Boss Shadow, earlier was just a misunderstanding. This is an assassin skill book we bought with our lifespan. Please take it and let's squash the beef about what happened just now. The system HUD instantly analyzed the book. Strike, basic tier. Assassin skill book, single target nuke, adds 20 attack points and stuns the victim for 2 seconds on hit. Cooldown is 22 seconds. The guy saw Qin Feng staying silent, so he kept yapping. It's a control skill, bro. Qin Feng finally replied. Cool. He took it and walked off, leaving Fang Xian's lackeys totally confused and salty. Master Fang, he killed us, and we're giving him a skill book? Isn't that, like, super pathetic? If we all called up our connections and swarmed him, just our collective, spit could drown him. Why should we be scared? Yeah, since when do we take this kind of disrespect? Fang Xian quickly shouted, You idiots know nothing. That Shadow guy is leveling up way too fast, and he's doing it solo, so he's definitely got a massive secret. We just need to find him in the real world, lock him up, and then not only will I uncover his grand secret, but I'll also turn him into a slave to farm. Lifespan for us. A henchman hearing this immediately starts glazing him. So that is the plan. No wonder Fang Xiao has such a massive brain. Shh. Fang Xian tilts his chin up with a look of pure disdain. I will request the family to dispatch a female operative to figure out a way to extract information from him. That voice from the shadows earlier sounded unfamiliar, definitely not from our elite circle. This proves the guy is just some broke nobody. If I deliver a top-tier beauty right to his doorstep, I don't believe for a second he won't take the bait. Meanwhile, Qin Feng meets up with Li Zi to make demands. Here, Xiao He, trade accepted. I'm giving you some gear, so look alive. Her face instantly lights up. Thank you, big boss. But seriously, I am not Xiao He. I am Li Zi. She waves the staff and her whole body begins to levitate. Whoa, this thing is legit. I'm literally about to take off. This skill, this necklace, it directly multiplied my damage output several times over, and my mana recovery has doubled too. Big boss, I am seriously so grateful. To you. Qin Feng cuts through the excitement and gets straight to business. No need for pleasantries. Based on our promise, Hand over the spatial ring. To me. Li Zi quickly produces the item he asked for. Right, here you go. Oh, right, big boss. Earlier, when I was running for my life into the forest, I found a cave that looks suspiciously like the entrance to a hidden ruin. Are you interested? Qin Feng remains silent, but his brain starts running 4D chess simulations. First the golden ghost ship, and now a ruin entrance. Befriending this girl was actually a positive EV move. Honest exchanges pay off. If I hadn't given her those 2 pieces of gold-tier equipment, she probably wouldn't have leaked this intel to me. And with this spatial ring, my inventory storage finally hits a massive 27 slots. After calculating his next move, he speaks up. Where is Wang Meng? After I sell some loot to everyone, I'll head to that ruin with you. Li Zi replies instantly. Okay, but the captain and his squad just recruited a fresh rookie healer. They won't be back for another hour and a half. I already marked the ruin entrance on your map. It's behind a large, stone slab hidden by some bushes. I moved the slab to hide inside earlier during my escape, but the result was, I barely took a few steps before I heard demonic screeching coming from inside. I got spooked and bailed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been caught by that mob earlier. Hearing this, Qin Feng vanishes instantly, dropping a voice message as he leaves. Understood. I'm heading to the ruin now. Wait for me to return, then I'll trade with Wang Meng and the others. The process was so fast that she stands there bewildered. Big boss, are you speedrunning life? Surrounded by encroaching darkness, Qin Feng parkours through the trees, in the forest, thinking to himself. I originally planned to find a spot to grind to level 10, but now that a ruin has dropped into my lap, there's no need to search anymore. There are 3 main types of ruins that spawn in the starter town: tombs, cursed ruins, and faith temples. No matter which type it is, even if the trash mobs are bronze or even silver rank, for me, this place is nothing but an ocean of lifespan and evolution points. After a brief search, Qin Feng locates the entrance and steps into the abyss, analyzing as he goes. The starter town spawns 3 main ruin types: tombs, cursed, ruins, and faith temples. Tombs are basically trash. They are crawling with undead creatures, and cleaning them up is a headache. Plus, there's usually a gold boss at the end. As for the monsters in cursed ruins, they are all cursed by old gods or evil deities. They might have once been human, or people who went insane, or those who transformed into abominations after death. As for the monsters in faith temples, they are fanatics of the old gods. The map layout inside a temple is insanely complex. However, clearing the latter usually rewards some special items or skill books. Looking at the carvings on these stone walls, it seems this is a faith temple. These murals look extremely familiar. This is a temple of judgment. The old gods here share a common origin with the Eye of Judgment I possess, basically from the same root. As he ventures deeper, the creepy ambient sounds grow louder and louder. Meanwhile, in another gloomy and terrifying location, Wang Meng is using his shield for defense. The monster in front of him roars, looking like it wants to swallow him whole. It catches Wang Meng distracted and immediately strikes, knocking him flying backward. A teammate sees this and screams, "Heal him! Spam heal! Hurry up and add health! What are you standing there like a laggy NPC for?" Xiaoyu is terrified, stumbling around with tears in her eyes. Okay, what button do I press? The monster continues to aggro on the rest of the team. Swords are raised in panic. Damn it, it's rushing us again. Use your skills. Hurry! But the girl can't even stand anymore. She drops to the ground, covers her face, and sobs. I am so scared. Xiaoyu's scream sends the birds in the forest scattering in panic. A long time later, Wang Meng's group finally limps back at the noob village. Someone shouted, "Captain, why the rage quit so fast? The Shadow Edgelord isn't back, so we can't wail on gear yet." Suddenly, a teammate goes full toxic mode, pointing fingers like, "Mother fudger, I have never seen such a brain-dead NPC like you. You catch monster hits with your face and your skill timing is garbage. Useless. Tell me, are you even trying to play?" Li Zi jumps in to stop the PvP, saying, "Bro, chill. Out." She is obviously a fresh spawn. Dying once is just the tutorial tax. Even so, Si Cheng was totally triggered and snapped. Li Zi, Big Plum, step off. I need to roast this trash until she quits. The other party member jumped on the hate train too. Li Zi, she didn't just feed once. We wiped 3 times in less than an hour. Because of her. She flinched, but then hit them with the pivot. Let me carry myself this time. I just scored 2 op items from that legendary player. My combat power is cracked now, so trust me, if I am in the squad. Nobody is getting sent to the graveyard. Wang Meng, who was away from keyboard in the conversation, finally spoke up. All right, zip it, you toxic sweats. Big Lizzie's idea isn't trash. With her DPS, this run is gonna be a speed run. Who knows? By the time we Hearthstone back, we might catch that shadow legend. In the flesh. Xiao, you whispered a fake. Sorry, I'll try. But her inner monologue was pure venom. I suck? You guys? Are gaslighting me. If you losers didn't have a connection to the shadow boss, I wouldn't boost your sorry asses. Get wrecked, morons. Meanwhile, back in the creepy ruins, Qin Feng finally found a massive boss door. He crept inside, the vibes getting sketchier by the second, with weird noises echoing from the dark. Inside were these bald freaks face-planting on the floor. They were the loyal believers of the ancient god, the judged ones, level 10 silver tier elites. Qin Feng stared them down, then instantly spammed flash shadow slash, dashing in like a hurricane. But after that nuke, their health bars barely chipped. He did the math and frowned. Even with a stealth crit to the back, their HP only dropped by 50%. Guess that is a level 10 silver boss for you. These two meaty boys combined have more health than that gold boss from earlier. Suddenly, Qin Feng noticed a glitch in the matrix. The loyal believers were bowing down with total simp energy. He found their behavior sus. Why are they on their knees like that? And they are facing my direction, even though I am fully stealth moded. Could it be they sense the Eye of Judgment artifact in my inventory? Is that why they aren't aggroing? Qin Feng, still in stealth, decided to test the AI. You guys know the map, right? Uber me there. They heard his voice and snapped up. Inside, his head, the penny dropped. Looks like these guys are corrupted by the rot and lost all their marbles, turning into feral beasts that only know how to loot and PK humans. Suddenly, the two loyal believers went berserk, screeching like they found a snack. In seconds, their polite act vanished, and they charged. Turns out, another party was entering the instance. Those guys saw the red names and screamed, "Watch out! Mobs incoming! 2 silver bosses? We can't even solo one. And now there is a duo? Run! Run for your lives!" It was the Grey Rose squad. She saw the death flag and used a spell to log out instantly. They bailed, leaving behind only their lifespan drops. Qin Feng walked over to loot. These were the same whales who bought his ice conveyor skill. Pretty sure her name was Grey Rose, or something. Surprised they found this dungeon, but with their current trash tier gear, no one is clearing this raid anytime soon. He dropped his stealth cloak, revealing his true form, and stepped up to the loot pile. Damn, these guys dropped over 100 tradable lifespan points. That girl is a loaded little sugar mommy. Qin Feng pocketed the goods, then scanned the room. But the place was empty. No traps, no chests, just these 2 silver tier gatekeepers. Finally, he decided to stop overthinking the lore. Whatever. Just as he said that, Qin Feng deleted the 2 mobs. The system notification popped up. You have slain the loyal believer of the ancient god, the judged one, silver rank. You gained 4,000 XP. Grats. You reached level 9. Grats. You gained 4 evolution points. You looted 188 days of tradable lifespan. But he wasn't done farming yet. He instantly cast Greedy Hand. The power surge made Qin Feng gasp. Greedy Hand is this epic grade loot? Absolute insanity. 32 evolution points and 1,500 4 days of lifespan added to the bank. It could trade for 4 gold tier items plus 10 silver tier ones. And don't forget the gold tier gear specifically for assassins. Talk about a jackpot. As soon as he grabbed the believer's necklace, the stat window popped up to flex. Qin Feng pocketed the loot and smirked. This necklace isn't just bling. The stats are actually kinda broken. Boom. Cooldown reduction is a massive 20%. Once I equip this bad boy, my shadow stealth cooldown, it drops from 22.6 seconds straight down to 19.2. My poison dart cooldown slashed from 4.3 seconds to a rapid fire 3.7. And flash slash, that goes from 10.4 down to 8.8 seconds. Farming mobs is about to become a joke, and that wasn't all. The rest of the gear was level 8 and up. Literally nobody on the server can wear this drip but me right now, so I'll hoard it. Sell high later. Stonks. Suddenly, the room started twerking like an earthquake. A secret door vibe checked the wall. A weird pillar rose up from the floor, sporting a very pressable button. Qin Feng spotted it instantly. Knew it. Clearing the mobs unlocked the hidden mechanism. Classic dungeon logic. Qin Feng walked over to the pillar, thinking, secret trigger acquired. He didn't even have to touch it. The button depressed itself with a loud click. Okay, eager much? Suddenly, the ground under Qin Feng started trembling. The floor began to sink. He stood there, unbothered. Going down? Is this the elevator to hell? The ceiling slammed shut above him, sealing the exit. No turning back now. The ride kept dropping for a while. Finally, the Hellvator ground to a halt. Qin Feng let out a breath. Finally here. Felt like a 300 or 400 meter drop. He glanced around the spooky basement. A hidden maze beneath the temple? The devs really went all out with this map. Ruins always have a tiny RNG chance to spawn a hidden maze. In his past life, he farmed these places like an addict. They were packed with traps, but honestly, as long as you had a meat shield to take the hits, it was free real estate. Just time-consuming. But with his current stats, one wrong step on a trap and he's splattered on the wall. Game over. Good thing RNGesus blessed me with this new toy. He grinned and activated the Believer's Necklace. The menu flashed. Time to summon a guinea pig. Come on out, silver rank loyal believer. A creepy humanoid summoned from the necklace appeared. Qin Feng pointed forward like a cruel overlord. Go. Walk into danger for me. Having a minion to clear landmines is a total vibe, but there's still a chance of getting clapped. Better play it safe. Time to evolve. Passive dodge. The system chimed in as he burned the currency. Consumed 11 evolution points. Points remaining, 24. Blurred Ghost, Platinum tier. Straight to Epic tier. This assassin passive is looking juicy. 15% to 75% dodge rate, and a successful dodge gives total damage immunity? That's basically God mode. Qin Feng strutted into the darkness, calculating. 75% dodge is huge. Still got some pocket change left. Just enough to juice up Flash Slash to Epic tier 2. The system warned him about energy costs, but he was busy doing math. To go from Epic to Legendary tier? That costs 10 times the points. He ran the numbers in his head. So, the higher the base rank, the cheaper it is to break the game later. It's all about investment banking. If an Epic skill jumps to Legendary, it counts as the first evolution for that tier. Base cost is just 1 point. But since the target is Legendary, you multiply by 10. 1 times 10 equals 10. Quick maths. Meaning if he snags Epic skills now, he can speed run to Legendary, then Mythical, maybe even Eternal or Immortal rank. He's literally cheating the progression curve. But if he starts with trash skills, he'd have to evolve them 7 times just to hit Epic. That's for noobs. Then spend hundreds of points for the multiplier. Screw that. His cheat code lets him upgrade anything to Epic. For dirt cheap prices. In other words, from now on, Epic tier is the bare minimum for this main character. Only 11 points left now though. Can only upgrade the base stealth skill, with 35% cooldown reduction. The cooldown hits 16.3 seconds. Still kinda slow. And the damage bonus for breaking stealth? A bit mid, to be honest. Gotta swap that out when I get back to base. While he was min-maxing his build, reality decided to interrupt. Man proposes. God disposes. Up ahead, his loyal believer minion stepped on the no-no square. Qin Feng snapped out of his thoughts, just in time to see a massive rock fall. Splat. The monster was turned into paste. Qin Feng didn't even flinch. Minion down. Just gotta wait for the cooldown. Guess I'll just spawn another meat shield then. This maze is a total death trap, looking like a developer's nightmare. So slow and steady is the only way to avoid getting deleted. Whatever. Fingers crossed the loot table on the upper floor isn't trash. Daddy needs some legendary gear. Meanwhile, the eerie silence of the temple hung over the Hui Se Mei Gui squad like a funeral shroud. Instead of dipping, they camped behind the door like total noobs. One scout peeped the scene and whispered, "Yo, Captain, target confirmed. Those 2 boss monsters? Gone. Reduced to atoms." She gagged. What the hell? Wait, what about our lifespan stats? It's all null and void? Some absolute sweatlord must have clapped those beasts and swiped the lifespan loot for themselves. But who has that kind of DPS? As they crept deeper into the dungeon, the scout dropped some truth bombs on her. At this low level, the only player cracked enough to speedrun 2 silver tier bugs in record time. Has to be the shadow boss. Another teammate finally broke their silence. The legend himself is actually here? We're dealing with a main character. In this zone? So that overpowered freak stole our lifespan drops too? Looks like we got KS'd hard. Low-key a blessing though, or we'd be looking at a respawn timer. Huise Megui did the math, thinking, when I first pulled up, I saw a silhouette vibing with the monsters like they were homies. Was that the shadow boss? Does he have a charisma cheat code to charm a boss? His power level is actually broken. It's terrifying. Anyway, cutting back, to Qin Feng's point of view, One of his loyal simps just got turned into a shish kebab by floor spikes, screaming bloody murder. Nice trap check. As the spikes retracted, he analyzed the map. 3 hours of grinding. This spot has to be the dungeon's endgame. Based on his past life meta, brute forcing this without summons would cost hundreds of player lives. A total wipeout. Qin Feng casually spawned another disposable minion. He sent the poor NPC to walk into death while he chilled in the back. The path was sketchy as hell, winding over a pitch-black abyss. At the end of this suicide run stood a massive gate, locked tight. Qin Feng barked, "Open it." The minion pushed until its veins popped, but the door didn't budge an inch. Observing this, he thought, "Stuck? That's suspicious." Qin Feng stepped up and barely tapped the wood. Instantly, the door creaked open on its own. Qin Feng noped backwards, his face twitching with high-alert paranoia. Inside the room was a trippy dimension housing a chest wrapped in nasty thorn vines. Walking in, his gamer brain started analyzing. That loot box is locked and spiked, plus there's a random NPC camping it. He popped inspect, but the status window was glitching out 0 data. Everything was marked unknown. Qin Feng stared at the figure, confused. Full stealth mode? I've never seen an NPC with this level of privacy settings. Suddenly, the NPC started chanting some cryptic gibberish. The second the incantation stopped, the NPC began to fade like a disconnect error. He gasped, "Yo, they just despawned?" Simultaneously, the spikes on the chest evaporated into thin air. The vines glitched out of existence. Qin Feng was confused but kept his cool, thinking, even though I couldn't dox that mysterious woman, she's definitely tied to the Eye of Judgment. The chest was glowing with that sweet, legendary gold aura, epic tier, loot, guaranteed. But I can't get greedy yet. Could be a mimic or a trap rigged to blow. He pointed his finger, declaring, "Go loot that for me." The loyal simp marched up and popped the lid. A blinding holy light exploded from within. Qin Feng's jaw dropped. Is this a skill book? An assassin class manual with both active and passive buffs? Jackpot, he realized. What he was holding as the stats popped up. Grant of Release Epic Tier Skill Book. Assassin class. Passive ability. Weak point targeting. Hits on weak spots get a 100% boost, literally doubling the damage. Active ability. Decapitation Strike. When activated, your next hit applies the decapitation effect, but you got a deal. 100% physical damage every second for 3 seconds. Cooldown is 44.4 seconds. Qin Feng stared at the broken stats and muttered, "So the passive just casually doubles my crit damage on weak spots? But this active skill, Decapitation Strike, it's absolutely busted. Once I pop this skill, if my next hit deals, say, 300 damage, the bleed effect triggers. Then, the enemy takes another 300 damage every second for 3 seconds. That's a total of 1,200 damage. It literally quadruples my output. Even though skills like Shadow Slash have multi-hit combos, this Decapitation Strike counts as a single nuke. Plus, since it's epic tier, I only need to drop 10 evolution points to upgrade this bad boy to legendary status. This raid was a massive W. My burst damage potential just skyrocketed. All thanks to Xiaohei carrying the luck stat. Guess I'll sell the trash loot to that other squad. Time to bounce. After swiping the goods, Qin Feng opened his comms. "Li Zi, Xiaohei, tell Wang Meng to haul ass back to the starter town. I've got goods to dump on him. Big boss, you cleared the ruins already? Sick. We're dipping out of this creepy dungeon and heading back to town as soon as possible." Returning to link up with Li Zi's crew, Qin Feng realized the situation was totally foobar. He sighed, feeling utterly helpless. Holy crap, it was a horde of players swarming him like zombies. They were screaming over each other, "Shadow, it's Shadow. He's here. Shadow, Shadow Appa. Can we be friends? Please accept my request. Oh my god, Big Boss Shadow. Bro, do you need a lackey? I'm totally poggers. Call me 666. Yo, are you Shadow? I'm the CEO of the Blue Cauldron Guild from Jianghai City. Please join our squad. Boss, we represent the players from Firefly Town. Look, this is my little sister. She's a massive simp for you. I swear, I don't have any weird motives. I just want you two to get to know each other. Wink wink. Big boss, we're from Boxer Briefs Town. Please, carry us and I'll literally give you my wife. Boss, we're from Emerald Peach Town. I'm from Qin Feng, tuned out the noise. He ignored their desperate thirst and focused on one detail. It seemed the warp gates to other towns were finally opening up. Perfect. Now I can head to Firefly Town and hunt down that bastard. Song Fei. Without a word, he ghosted them right in front of their eyes. The mob went feral. He vanished. Damn it, who the hell kept clinging to him? You were doing it too, hypocrite. And your sister is busted. How dare you try to hook her up with the boss? Screw you, catch these hands. You want a piece of me? While the idiots brawled, Qin Feng activated stealth, slipped out of the mosh pit, and decloaked near Li Zi and Xiao He. She spotted the familiar face immediately. Big boss. Li Zi turned and waved frantically at the distance. Captain, the big boss is actually here. Qin Feng followed her gaze and noticed something sketchy. Standing right in the middle of Wang Meng's crew was Xiao Yu. He frowned, thinking to himself, Xiao Yu? Why the hell is that snake with Wang Meng? She's gonna chew them up and spit them out. Besides, I gotta stay on my toes. The whole world is thirsty for Shadow, so I can't leak my real identity yet. I still haven't synced my powers to the real world. Everyone has a target on my back. Right now, even a cheap kitchen knife could end my life. Game over. Xiao, you spotted the legendary Shadow, and her eyes practically turned into heart emojis. In her mind, she schemed. Is that really Shadow? He looks so OP. Compared to him, Wang Meng's squad is just trashed here. Garbage NPCs. If I can get him to carry me, I'll power level like crazy. In just a few days, I'll be ready to meet Song Fei Appa. Shaking off her delusions, the MC approached to dump his loot. These equipment drops are perfectly min-maxed for your party's classes. Plus, these basic skill books will seriously buff the combat efficiency of the whole squad. The bill comes to 2,200 days of lifespan. Wang Meng's jaw dropped. That much? For real? These are gold and silver tier items. I'm broke. I can't afford this. Qin Feng cut him off. Relax. Put it on my tab. Wang Meng choked up, voice trembling with gratitude. Thank you. Seriously. You're carrying us so hard. I don't know how to repay you. Whatever you need in the future, just say the word. We'll grind ourselves to dust to help you out. A teammate squealed like a fangirl. Oh my god. Boss Shadow is the GOAT. I can't believe I'm actually equipping gold gear. This early in the game. Wang Meng dropped his serious leader act and grinned like an idiot. This is a gold tier skill book. Let's go. In just 1 month, my stats are gonna triple. Furthermore, the big boss is letting us pay in installments. That means he trusts us. Suddenly, his expression froze. Face twisted in confusion. He asked, Wait, where's the priest loot? Si Cheng scoffed with pure disgust. If there's none, there's none. That leech is already getting free EXP just by following us. She should be grateful. Xiao Yu shimmied up to Qin Feng, acting all shy and innocent. Hi, big boss. I'm the team's priest. Is there really nothing for little old me? Asterisk ping, asterisk system alert. Player Xiao. You sent a friend request. Her puppy dog eyes were sparkling with hope. Qin Feng just stared at her with a face colder than ice. Then poof times he vanished without saying a single word. Xiao, you gasped. Where did he go? Wang Meng tried to smooth things over. Looks like the boss just didn't drop any priest gear this run. Next time for sure. Si Cheng rolled his eyes. I think he just couldn't be bothered with her. Li Zi chimed in to de-escalate. Shadow is a legend. He's like a divine dragon, mysterious and unreachable. So cool. Meanwhile, Qin Feng stayed in stealth and slipped into a shop. He suddenly recalled that his inventory was actually holding a gold-tier priest staff and even a gold-tier priest skill book. But why the hell would I give god-tier loot to a fake girl like Xiao Yu? As my power level rises, later on, I'm going to be drowning in so much useless loot and skill books. Offloading that junk takes forever. But hey, the government is backing Wang Meng, and they're thirsty for these supplies. I can't let a deadweight like Xiao. You wreck my sweet deal with the feds. Looks like I need to snag a new healer for Wang Meng's squad fast, just so I can yeet Xiao Yu out the door. His mind instantly jumped to a freaking legendary healer. I gotta track down Xiao Shui. In my past life, she was a big shot manager at the God-Slaying Guild. She rocked a hidden class in the cleric tree, the White Bird Oracle. Imagine a spirit bird that pumps out, heals, and buffs like a cheat code. She was literally the only cracked healer I knew back then. This girl, all by her lonesome, could face tank and solo an epic tier boss, a total powerhouse teammate. If you compare them, then Xiao Yu is basically hot garbage. Oh, right. I remember Xiao Shui is hanging out with Song Fei and his crew, down at Firefly Town. Perfect chance to poach her for Wang Meng's squad. Finally, Qin Feng hit the teleport gate. The system panel flashed. Destination set to Firefly Town. The portal beamed him over in a heartbeat. The vibe here was kinda dead, just the wind screaming overhead. He walked for a bit and heard some randoms yapping. Get back in there. The silver boss is under half health. Don't let it regen, or we're dead for nothing. Damn it. That scumbag Song Fei dragged a whole harem of fangirls along with him. Who the hell wants to compete with that circus? I don't get it. He's just a D-list celebrity. So why does he have so many brain-dead simps? I'm salty as hell. Today, I'm gonna flatline that pretty boy. Qin Feng got exactly what he wanted and smirked. Found Song Fei's trail this fast? He trekked until he hit a totally wasteland area. Qin Feng scanned the scene. This is a level 5 zone, the Wailing Canyon. The mobs here are scorched ragers and chainlockers. The deeper he went, the louder the chaos got. Charge. You dare hit. Me? Go die. Run away. Players were struggling to kill a rager. He camped in a corner to watch the show. That two-headed scorched rager is a silver tier boss, but it's a total mess. Players are straight up murdering each other. Is that? Suddenly, a gang of weirdos popped up in front of Qin Feng. They rushed in to block the other players. It's none other than Song Fei's cult. The players saw their enemies and went feral, rushing and screaming, Song Fei, you scumbag. Last time you PK'd me and stole my lifespan. Now I'm gonna end you. You think you're safe hiding behind a skirt? I've got a god-tier skill that counters mages called Throat Lock. Drop dead. But before he could even get close, one of the crazy fans struck first. Don't you dare hurt brother Song Fei. The player gasped in horror. What the hell? Qin Feng was still lurking, in the shadows, enjoying the drama while recalling the past. Song Fei's IGN is Heaven-defying mage, god, class, mage. In the last timeline, he brainwashed his fan club into picking the mage class. They fed him all their gear and skills so he could power level. But having just one mage in the squad wasn't enough. So, his harem of fangirls cooked up a psychotic solution. Some dumped all their divine points to become glass cannon crystal mages. Others dumped all stats into agility to become harassment mages. Some crazies dumped everything into constitution to become meat shield mages. He pictured this aggressive mob of simps. Eat my rod. And there were even ones who dumped all stats into strength to become battle mages, literally bonking people with staffs. In the early game, his squad was cracked, robbing players of their lifespan left and right, totally unstoppable. But obviously, as the game progressed, these fangirls started dropping like flies. Song Fei put on a fake sad face and shouted, "Baby girls, you're working so hard, it breaks my heart. I hope the boss dies fast, so you can rest. I wish this world was full of love, not violence." His cringe speech lit a fire under the crazy fan club. Song Fei Meow Meow stepped up, blazing with spirit. "It's not hard. Brother Fei, you work the hardest. You try so hard, you shouldn't have to suffer like this. Sisters, let's rush and kill this trash. Don't let it scratch our gege," the fans screamed in unison. Hurricane Beast, Song Fei is king. From this day forward, there is only Song Fei. Gege, ascend to the sky. We'll follow you forever. While those guys couldn't even react, the monster lunged straight at Song Fei. A figure threw themselves in front of the attack to shield him, so he wouldn't get a scratch. Song Fei dropped to one knee, looking heartbroken, and said, "Oh God, you." As she dissolved into data, she sobbed, "Brother Fei, I'll always be crazy for you." Song Fei Meow Meow. Stand back and cheer, ladies. Just finish off this ugly beast so your glorious Appa Song Fei can steal the kill. I need that #1 spot on the leaderboard. I have to crush that nobody named Shadow. The simps screamed in unison, "Shake the heavens. Defy the winds. We ride or die for Brother Fei." They spammed attacks blindly at the monster. Song Fei hid behind his human shields. He smirked from the backline, thinking, "Finally, this silver tier boss is on its last legs. If a silver is this tough, how did one guy solo a gold tier boss? That Shadow dude. He's definitely exploiting a bug. I have an army of simps and I'm only level 7. That cheater Shadow. Where does he get the XP to level up that fast? Whatever, once I case this silver boss, I'll finally hit level 8. Shadow has been hard stuck at level 9 forever. This is my chance to surpass him. I'll be the god of this game." But right as his ego peaked, a hand materialized from the void. It gripped his face like a vice. Before he could blink, Song Fei's head was already divorced from his neck. It was Qin Feng. Instant shadow slash. He squeezed so hard the severed head sprayed black gore like a broken fountain. It happened so fast that the fangirls didn't even process the glitch. When the lag in their brains caught up, they shrieked, "Appa!" Silence. Qin Feng deleted them before the echo faded. The system notifications popped up like a jackpot. "You have slain the two-headed berserker. 1,500 experience points gained. You have slain player Defying Heaven Mage. You have slain player Song Fei Meow Meow. You have slain player Fei Forever with you. You have slain player Little Fei Uwu. Like a streak of black lightning, he turned his blade on the boss. Critical hit numbers cascaded like a waterfall. The bystanders' jaws hit the floor so hard, they nearly clipped through the map. Voices trembled in the chat. Yo, did he just one-shot a boss? One skill, dealing thousands of damage? That's broken. My ult barely scratches 100. And he's hitting quad digits? That's 10 times our DPS. And it was an AoE wipe. He deleted Song Fei and his harem instantly. Who is this rogue? Could it be Shadow? It has to be the G-O-A-T. Shadow, the Gold Boss Slayer. Who else has that kind of god-tier power? Everyone back the hell up. Don't touch the loot. Shadow only zeroed. Song Fei's toxic squad. He basically did community service for us. Hell yeah. Shadow is based. Shadow OP. Please carry me. But Qin Feng ignored the NPCs. He saw their shift in attitude and thought, they're just scared I'll PK them next. If this was my past life, they would have mobbed me for loot already. Leaving Firefly Town, the scene shifted to the respawn plaza. A cruel notification hovered over Song Fei's fresh corpse. You were killed by Shadow. You lost 1,106 days of tradable lifespan. You lost 18 years and 113 days of untradable life. He stared at the screen, brain buffering. I got smoked? I got ganked by Shadow? Why is a top ranker in our newbie Firefly Town? There are hundreds of starter zones in Jianghai City. Why did he come here to grief my boss kill? His simp army started spawning in. Confusion filled the chat. I'm dead? Glitch? Why is Appa dead too? Shadow did it. But why would he spawn camp? Our Appa? He obviously wanted the silver loot. Scumbag. He totally stream sniped while Brother Fei was distracted. Zero skill trash. While the copium overdose continued, a girl named Mao Fei Bao approached and whispered, Brother Song Fei, can I join your party? I'm an archer with the eagle. Eye skill. I can detect stealth. Little Fei Meow Meow saw the competition and hissed. Immediately. Back off, scrub. Brother Song Fei said we only need mages. She looked her up and down. Who invited you? Another leech? Your DPS is garbage. You'll ruin Appa's leveling efficiency. Song Fei, after a moment of silence, put on his idol mask. Don't be toxic, fam. I believe the power of love conquers all stats. I felt. Your passion, girl. Even if you're a useless archer, it's cool. Come here. Let's grind together. Mao Fei Bao wept with joy. She stuttered. Appa, I love you. This masterclass in manipulation gave the other pick-me girls the courage to step up. Brother Song Fei, I'm an assassin. I have stealth too. I can give that guy a taste of his own medicine. Brother Song Fei, I learned AoE crowd control. I can freeze him for you. He spread his arms wide like a messiah. That's it, fam. We are one big. Our big family is all about love. Anyone who joins is welcome here. Come on in. We are united forever. His words hit the fangirls right in the feels, triggering a screaming frenzy. So wholesome. Let's follow Brother Song Fei. No regrets. Ever. That shadow loser only knows how to camp and sneak attack. He has zero honor or skill. He dared to touch our Appa, so he has to pay the ultimate price. That's right. Once we crowd control Shadow, then we will let our big brother finish him off. He needs to learn what happens when you mess around. With our beloved idol, revenge, we have to beat Shadow to a pulp. Vengeance for Appa, justice for our king. Avenge Brother Fei. Slaughter that dog, Shadow. The noise attracted bystanders who looked on, confused, asking what the drama was. What is this Z-list celebrity trying to pull now? A guy next to the confused onlooker leaned in to explain the tea. You seriously don't know? This clown got clapped by someone outside just now. It was absolutely satisfying. But with this army of simping fangirls protecting him, how on earth did he manage to get wasted? His opponent was Shadow. Bro, you get it now? The onlooker laughed. Shadow is on another level. Who dares provoke that beast? I swear, the brain rot in these girls is terminal. Song Fei glanced at his party member count. The numbers were swelling, making him smirk with satisfaction. Perfect. So many witnesses. Just wait until I slay Shadow. Then the whole world will know my power. He might be strong, but solo play is useless, especially for a squishy assassin. How can a trash-tier assassin compare to a noble high-class mage like me? Meanwhile, Qin Feng was completely clueless. He was busy using Greedy Hand to harvest lifespan like a farmer. Suddenly, the system notification panel popped up. It flashed. You received 16 evolution points, 217 days of tradable life, and loot, 6 silver tier items, and 11 gold tier items. Seeing his evolution points stacked, he decided to juice up his skills. He evolved the Grace of Salvation. The panel flashed again. You consumed 10 evolution points, 9 points remaining. Grace of Salvation upgraded from Epic to Legendary tier. Passive effect. Weak point damage correction plus 100%. Increased to 200%. Weak point hit coefficient doubled. Active use grants the next attack a decapitation effect, causing 100 to 150% damage per second based on the attack. Lasting for 3 seconds. Cooldown reduced from 30 to 22.2 seconds, down to 25 and 18.5 seconds. He stared at the stats, running the numbers. The ability to target weak points jumped from 100 to 200%. Seriously? That is basically doubling the damage whenever I hit a weak spot. The original weak point hitbox. Comparing before and after evolution. If I exaggerate a bit, basically half the enemy's body now counts as a massive weak point. That means my Shadow Slash can likely trigger weak point damage on almost anything. That is insane. Plus, the decapitation damage got buffed, and the cooldown dropped from 0 seconds down to just 25. I feel like I could literally one-shot a gold tier boss now, with an epic skill. Starting at 0 points and jumping to legendary is wild. But to go from legendary tier up to mythic tier, surely it requires consuming 100 times more points? From legend to mythic takes 200 points. Going by these rules, the epic tier greedy hand needs 210 points to evolve. Then to reach legendary tier, would I need 3,400 points? I only have 9 points left right now. With 9 points, what can I even do? Whatever, let's evolve. Backstab enhancement. As soon as he spoke, the panel popped up again. Qinfeng stared at the screen and muttered, "A silver boss plus a bunch of players helping out. Netted me over 1,400 days of tradable life. Freaking sweet. Time to head back." He did not even close the panel before someone rushed him from behind. She swung her dagger as fast as the wind, screaming right at him, "Die, Shadow." The blade was inches from his face, closing the gap in a split second. But it was like the dagger had a mind of its own. The blade veered off course, sliding harmlessly away from Qinfeng. The girl was totally confused by the physics failure, stammering, "Why? Why did it miss?" She collapsed, realizing she could not keep fighting, and panicked. Damn it, stealth. Meanwhile, up on the cliff, Songfei's toxic fan club waved their torches and screamed in unison, "Go to hell, you bastard, Shadow. You are completely surrounded." Now, one fanatic roared with burning passion, "We are here to get revenge for brother Songfei." Qinfeng instantly cast Shadow Dive. Miaofei Bao saw this, drawing her bow and yelling, "Useless struggle. We have ways to detect your stealth, pal." The arrow left the string, soaring into the sky. She spotted a figure in stealth and shouted, "Gotcha! Reveal yourself." Then Xiaofei Miao Miao shouted with the confidence of a keyboard warrior, "Sisters, use your ultimate moves and smash him. Fanfei Army, Scorched Earth Policy." The girl with the knife from earlier saw the skill spam heading her way and immediately started screaming like a banshee, "Wait, hold up, it's me." But the lag was real, and the attacks landed simultaneously, creating a massive explosion. Smoke rose, up so thick nobody could see a thing. Xiaofei Miao Miao saw the friendly fire but kept gaslighting. "No, it's fine. She wasn't a mage anyway, which proves she didn't truly love Songfei. This is just the karma she has to pay. Release the eagles and find Shadow already." Miaofei Bao heard the command and immediately simped, "Roger that." Suddenly, a chilling bell sound rang out from nowhere, freezing the air. A system panel popped up instantly. Ding dong, ghost fire, special item soul-shocking bell activated. Ring the bell to lag switch every enemy within a radius of 100 meters for 3 seconds. Cooldown time is exactly 621 seconds. The crazy fan club didn't even get to move before they got hit with the stun status. Miaofei Bao stuttered, confused. "I can't move." Suddenly, they were yanked backward by an invisible force. Everyone's jaw dropped in horror. It was Qinfeng launching out of nowhere, using Flash Shadow Slash. He moved faster than a glitch, deleting all the crazy fans who were still in stealth mode, pushing straight to where Songfei was hiding. The idol looked around, totally clueless. What is happening? Why did they all just disconnect from life? Is Shadow doing this? No way. If he was attacking, he'd have to show his face, right? Qinfeng pressed his face right next to the guy's ear, slowly decloaking, and whispered coldly, "Songfei, you are cooked." The guy flinched and panic spammed a skill. Bastard. Magic shield. But that paper-thin shield was useless. Less than. A second later, it shattered. Qinfeng processed Song Fei so fast the guy didn't even blink before hitting the floor. Blood sprayed, everywhere like a confetti cannon. He vanished, leaving only his lootable lifespan behind. Qinfeng looked down and roasted him. He was actually loaded. Looks like this loser had over 2,000 days of tradable lifespan on him. But why do none of these fangirls have any loot? Did they seriously donate every single point of lifespan to Song Fei? Or something? It's been this long. Do they still think this Divinity game is just some harmless VR simulation? Huh. Brain-dead stands are actually terrifying. Too bad this lifespan isn't tradable. It would have added up to hundreds of years. Guess I can only use it to bait the monsters nearby. Cut back to the noisy scene in the small town. Song Fei, after respawning, turned around and raged at his party. Damn it. My 2,000 days of cash, lifespan dropped to just 500. That bastard Shadow. Why didn't you girls use scout skills? Why couldn't you find him? Huh? Miao Fei Bao replied with maximum grievance. I did use the skill, but I only saw our own 2 assassins. Xiao Fei Miao Miao chimed in from the side. I checked my stealth level on the attribute panel. Maybe the stealth technique of that shadow guy is just way higher level? Oh right, I have the Eagle Eye skill too. But here, the anti-stealth level is only tier 1, so I can only see noob tier 1 targets. If the opponent is tier 2 or higher, I basically can't see anything. Song Fei heard this and got even more salty. That damn shadow comes and goes like a ghost. How am I supposed to defend against that? After cursing for a while, the fear of being spawn camped set in. But wait, I didn't offend him personally. He already stole the boss. Surely he won't come back to kill me again, right? No, wait. What if he's just jealous of my breathtaking beauty, and that's why he wants to destroy me? The crazy fans heard Song Fei's narcissism and immediately got hyped up. For everyone's safety, let's go somewhere else to grind levels. Wherever Fei Fei goes, we go. Not long after, in Firefly Town, Qin Feng was prowling around in stealth mode. He looked left and right, confused. Weird. I don't see Song Fei's squad. Did they rotate to another town? Or did they rage quit? Offline? He decided to uncloak and ask a random passerby, Hey bro, do you know where Song Fei went? The guy was suddenly asked and nearly had a heart attack. You scared me to death, Big Boss Shadow. Boss, they went that way. Go delete him please. But I have a request. Later when you clap, Song Fei, can you please spare my girlfriend? Her name is Miao Fei Bao. She's a female hunter. Qin Feng heard this and dropped a cold truth bomb. I advise you to change girlfriends. Immediately. He thought to himself, so, his girlfriend is that hunter who almost spotted my stealth. The guy kept begging, Big boss, please. It was so hard for me to find a girlfriend. Before he could finish his simp story, Qin Feng had already vanished. Qin Feng stayed invisible and followed the directions, thinking, I know the direction, but not the exact destination. Finding them is going to be a massive time sink. Man, if only I could find Yi Shui right now. The simps behind him kept whining, Please, big boss, carry us. But Qin Feng ignored the noise as a shadow blitzed past him. Catching a glimpse of that silhouette, a name immediately pinged in his brain like a system notification. Yi Shui. Qin Feng flashed forward, chasing her down and shouting, Hey, pretty lady, do me a solid. Yi Shui heard the call. She spun around, asking, Wait, are you that shadow guy? Ignoring her fangirling, he instantly summoned a magical staff from thin air. He cut straight to business. Word on the street is your class has an insane detection range, right? Use it. Locate Song Fei for me, and I'll sell you this gold tier staff for dirt cheap. Consider it a bonus. Yi Shui's eyes practically turned into dollar signs. She opened the trade window but asked suspiciously, But how did you know I can scan wide areas? I've literally never told a soul. Qin Feng dodged the question like a pro. Don't sweat the small stuff. The real question is, do you want this gold tier bling or not? Yi Shui was already blinded by the shiny loot. She stammered, I want it. I definitely want it. But I'm broke. Qin Feng cut her off. You seriously don't even have 500 lifespan days? The market price is at least 700, you know? Then, her brain rebooted. Oh wait, actually, I do have that much. Without wasting a nanosecond, he slammed the accept button. The system pinged. Transaction successful. Yi Shui clutched the staff like a lifeline. She giggled like a maniac. A real gold tier staff. Qin Feng flicked her forehead to snap her out of her loot trance. He sighed, totally done with her vibes. Less giggling, more working. As Yi Shui cast her spell, Her mind started racing. I've never met this shadow guy before, but why does he feel so familiar? Despite her inner monologue, she decided to troll him a bit. Aren't you scared I'll just take the loot and ghost you, big boss? Qin Feng missed the joke entirely. He replied deadpan, Huh? Why would you? Don't you hate Song Fei's guts? Yi Shui's jaw dropped. Big boss knows my beef with Song Fei too? Are we, like, friends in the real world or something? But your voice doesn't sound right. He gave a mysterious smirk. Take a wild guess. Yi Shui rolled her eyes. Ugh, too lazy to use my brain. She turned to her white scout bird soaring above. Let's roll. Her playful vibe vanished, replaced by a pro gamer's focus. The white bird spread its wings, leaving the crowded zone. It zoomed straight toward the towering Red Rock Mountains. Hidden in a secluded corner far away, there was a massive mob of players. After a moment of silence, Yi Shui broke the tension. Got him. Target Song Fei located. She pinged the map, coordinates 3,866, 9,527. But no promises they'll camp there. By the time you haul yourself over there, they might have already rotated. Qin Feng didn't hesitate. Send a friend request. Keep eyes on them. Update me the second they move an inch. Yi Shui hesitated. How long is this going to take? If it's a marathon, He cut her off again. It'll be over in a blink. Qin Feng dashed forward like a phantom, then slammed on the brakes behind a massive tree. Watching via the bird link, Yi Shui was confused. Eh? Why'd you stop, big boss? Lagging? Qin Feng stared intensely at a rune on the bark. Scan the area. Any other trees this size nearby? She complied immediately. Roger that. Big boss, there's one 100 meters ahead, and another 100 meters to your left. He raised his hand, fingers brushing against the glowing rune etched into the wood. Yi Shui couldn't hold back her curiosity. What the heck is that symbol? But he just hit her with that annoying line again. Take a guess. The moment he spoke, a triangular energy link erupted between the three ancient trees. A pillar of light blasted up in the center. Seeing the loot, Yi Shui screamed, Holy crap, an emerald tier treasure chest. Qin Feng inspected the chest. Didn't expect a blessing of the ancient gods in the novice village. My RNG isn't bad. To think I'd actually roll a chest. These ancient god blessings are like Easter eggs hidden in this god-forsaken land. Basically, strange runes spawn in a specific zone. Trigger them all, and boom, the blessing unlocks. Sometimes it spawns a nightmare, boss, sometimes a mob swarm. But if you're lucky, you get a treasure chest or unique perks. From far away, Yi Shui was simping hard for his skills. Big boss, you're actually insane. That chest has got to have at least 1,000 lifespan days inside, right? That's like tens of millions in real-world cash. Qin Feng thought to himself, this girl's appraisal instinct is scary accurate. In his past life, at this exact time, the exchange rate for lifespan in the real world was a staggering 1 to 10,000, and this was just day 1. By day 2, inflation would hit, and the rate would skyrocket to 1 to 50,000. Through her white bird, Yi Shui watched in awe as the big boss casually traced the runes with his fingers. I gotta record these coordinates as soon as possible. With my big brain map precision, I'll definitely uncover a mountain of loot later. Qin Feng stepped up and popped the chest open like a soda can. The system interface flashed instantly. Congratulations, you opened an emerald treasure chest. You have obtained the emerald skill book, Curse of the Blooming Flower. He blinked, stunned by the notification. Curse of the Blooming Flower? What kind of edgy nonsense is this? The system panel, reading his mind, immediately dropped the details. Curse of the Blooming Flower, Emerald Tier, General Skill for players. Within 15 seconds of death, a cursed blossom will sprout on the board. Enemy's corpse and the flower will continuously suck up the target's tradable lifespan. 0 cost, 0 cooldown. Qin Feng processed the info and grinned wickedly. This is that absolute broken glitch of a skill I heard about in my past life. So the actual name was Curse of the Blooming Flower. Huh, kinda poetic for something so nasty. He smashed the learn button immediately. Then his devious train of thought continued. With this cheat code, every time I clap a player, I just gotta guard the body and let the flower vacuum up their entire tradable lifespan. Easy money. Song Fei, my guy, your glory days are officially over. I'm gonna spawn camp you until you rage quit and log off. Then I'll speed run to level 10 and bring this power into reality. And then I will delete you from the server of life permanently. Scene shift to a different location. A wolf mob howled in agony, baring its fangs. After a brief struggle, it finally folded under the relentless assault from Song Fei's squad. He smirked, feeling himself I ran halfway across the map, so that creep Shadow probably gave up chasing me by now. You stole a silver boss and killed me twice. Bro, that's enough toxicity. Surely he won't stalk me all the way out here, right? Just wait till I level up, Shadow. I'm coming for your head. Suddenly, Xiaofei Miu Miu screeched. Big brother, look, people over there are grinding a boss. Song Fei looked and narrowed his eyes. Those losers look familiar. Pretty sure they stand that rival idol, Niu Jiaqi. Hearing that name triggered her instantly. Excuse me? The fangirl mob erupted like someone touched a nerve, screaming, in rage. Fans of Niu Jiaqi? Those disgusting cockroaches are just trying to boost her rank to number 1. Xiaofei Miu Miu took point. Sisters, attack. Slay them all. We can't let these trash bags mess with our Appa's leaderboard climb. The unsuspecting players, thinking help had arrived, waved happily. Awesome. Backup is here. Hello, friends. This boss is almost out of HP. Let's finish it together. Suddenly, a staff whistled through the air and smashed right into the speaker's face. Xiaofei Miu Miu looked demonic, slamming her weapon down. A teammate panicked. Ah long, Misa. The girl next to him raged. What are you doing? Are you psychos? Xiaofei Miu Miu declared loudly. Says who? This is the end for Niu Jiaqi stands. The girl looked bewildered. Niu Jiaqi who? What are you even saying? I don't speak crazy. As Misa spoke, 2 arrows pierced her, left eye and mouth instantly, blood spraying everywhere. Her teammate screamed, Misa! Xiaofei Miu Miu chanted with cult-like fervor, yellow cape crowns. The king, fly high with Fei, purge the Niu clan, sweep the 8 wastelands, universe domination, love you forever, all for Appa. The rabid fangirls couldn't distinguish players from mobs anymore. They went berserk, annihilating absolutely everything in sight. Soon, only loot drops remained. Song Fei put on his best acting face. Oh my God, thank you, my loves. I was almost sabotaged by those evil Niu Jiaqi fans. Who knew they were so vicious and toxic? The fangirls teared up, replying in unison. No need for thanks. Appa, south or north, we follow you forth. While they simped out below, they didn't notice the cliff above, where a figure had been watching their cringe fest the whole time. Qin Feng stared down with eyes full of murder. Then, he vanished. Down below, the fans saw something that made their all faces turn ghost white. They screamed, Brother Fei! Song Fei looked up and saw the nightmare too. A voice cold as ice whispered, You're cooked. Instantly, a sharp blade breezed through Song Fei's neck, sending his head flying. The fans wailed, Appa, no! But Qin Feng wasn't done playing with his food. Still in stealth, he slid up to Song Fei's headless corpse and casually cast Curse of the Blooming Flower. Immediately, a blood-red flower sprouted from the neck stump. The crowd gasped, What the hell is that thing? Meanwhile, Song Fei respawned back at the starter town after that humiliating death. He screamed like a ban-hammered toddler, Shadow, are you sick in the head? Why are you camping me? Is it because I have a harem and you don't? Damn it, he's heading to Ying Huo town, definitely just to hunt me. Wait, is the girl he is thirsting for actually simping for me? But like, what the hell does that have to do with me? Just as he was. I was getting super salty when the system popped up. My tradable lifespan was nosediving faster than a crypto scam. 400, 390, 380, 370. Song Fei was totally clueless about this glitchy nightmare. Why is my time remaining under 400 days? It keeps shrinking. What is this trash? Is this a punishment for spamming respawn? Those psycho fans finally respawned after a hot minute, and when those creeps looked up, they saw